We can talk now to the Conservative MP for South Cambridgeshire, Heidi Allen. Morning, Heidi.
Hi, Dotty.
So the Swavesey Drainage Board have contacted you about this. They say there's a problem. The Environment Agency says there is no problem. Is there a way out of that deadlock?
Well, it's interesting, actually, because I've been working with probably about half a dozen parish councils around the constituency over the last year, and Swavesey is one of them, to understand whose responsibility is it. We have a reasonable amount of flooding risk up in the north of my constituency, and quite often it's a breakdown in communication between the parish council and the Environment Agency about what is needed to be done. So in this particular instance in Swavesey, the bottom line, Dotty, is its budget. The Environment Agency don't have the money to do every single project out there, so they have to do some quite, strict analysis, if you like, about the risks. They've done a lot of that with Swavesey, and they don't believe this last stretch of drainage maintenance needs to be done. South Cambs, the local authority, however, have said, OK, fine, if you don't, we'll find the money. And that's what's happening. It's just happening a little bit slower than people would like. So as a council, we've taken over responsibility for doing this last stretch, and my understanding is it's going to be done next year.
It sounds, from what you're saying, that the Environment Agency are encountering this issue with various communities in Cambridgeshire. Do you think they could be communicating better with local people?
In a word, yes. You've hit the nail on the head, Dotty. They just don't do it often enough, and when that happens, like all things in life, trust breaks down and people just don't believe anymore. And I've probably driven our local branch or local sort of regional team from the Environment Agency potty by dragging them along to meetings to meet various members of parish councils. We had a meeting about 6 or 8 months ago, a table of all the parish council leaders and the Environment Agency sitting in the middle, just listening to it all. And to be fair to them, they did come to the table, but you're absolutely right, there hasn't been enough of that. And that's where I've been trying to step in the middle and help get them together to talk to each other about, what the council, the local parish council think is a problem, what the Environment Agency believes the analysis is. Yeah, and you're absolutely right, just have more communication about what needs to be done.
I mean, to the layman, I have very little expert understanding, certainly of drainage or things of that nature, but to the layman it would seem that if you are building new developments, if you are concreting over parts of the countryside, then drainage is going to become more of an issue. Yeah,
it's a massive issue, and people are right to think about it. It's one of the key parts of any planning application, particularly for something as big as Camborne or Northstowe. What is this going to do to the drainage situation? And detailed analysis of that has to be done. And, drainage systems built into the new development to help compensate. And that's exactly what's happened here. That has been built into the planning applications. The Environment Agency are content. But, the local people at the Drainage Board in Swavesey still don't feel it's enough. And that's why the local authority decided to take it on the chin and say, all right, we'll find the money.
And that action will be taken next year?
Yeah, it's already started. I think it's various. I'm not an engineer, so I won't embarrass myself by trying to say what things need doing. Digging activities to check things have to be done. And that takes a little bit of time. But I'm told spring, summer next year it should be completed.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thank you very much for coming on the show.